yesterday's walloping storm that caused major flooding, fallen trees, and a whole lot of snow in our higher elevations. Good evening, everybody. You're watching LA Live News Tonight. I'm Marla Tejas.
Thanks very much for joining us. I'm Phil Schuman in tonight for Christine Devine. Parts of Southern California now feeling that wet weather once again, and conditions are unfortunately expected to get much worse later tonight. We have team coverage for you, as always, on tonight's storm. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf live in Santa Monica, tracking all this on the ground.
But first, we send things over to meteorologist Markina Brown for a closer look at where the storm is headed. Markina.
Good evening, Marla. Thank you. The bulk of the rain is well to the north of us, but boy, they have been seeing it just about all day in parts of Northern California. Things are starting to ease just a little bit, but they just had severe thunderstorm warnings. And as you can see, still a lot of lightning strikes in association with this storm just to the south of San Luis Obispo. So that is what we are going to continue to watch through the rest of the night for them. For us, we've got some of the same activity that will swing down our way. But let's take a little tour, shall we? As you can see, we go to places like Santa Clarita, and we can see some moderate rainfall happening there for those folks down to the south of there, and places like LA, some isolated showers happening. Wrightwood definitely still packing in on the snow. They are going to see several feet by the time this is all said and done. Headed down a little bit to the south here, places like Downey, Hawthorne, Roland, seeing nothing but clouds, cooler air, but we will all get into at least some rain as we go through the course of the night. Here's why. As we take a look at Futurecast and show you this hour by hour, you will see that we have our own little disturbance making its way towards us overnight tonight. The clock shows us right around midnight tonight, Palmdale and southward LA, we start to see some heavy rain make its way through. It's pretty much all in a line. It will make its way through pretty clear and fast, and then it will be out. As we head towards Wednesday, we've got drier conditions to talk about, and we'll do that. But no, because of that line making its way towards us, we've got a flood watch that is still in effect as we go through the night tonight. So here is what you need to know in terms of rain chances for us. We are looking pretty good as we head towards, the next hour or so. Then as we head toward midnight tonight, look how that chance really boosts up. We're looking at 100% chance of rain. That's with that line of rain that I just showed you making its way through overnight tonight. Then slowly but surely those chances start to taper off and we will start to dry out. But we're not done. We've got more rain to talk about behind that. We'll do that in just a little bit as we talk about what temperatures are going to do and where they will bottom out through the night tonight. We're talking cold, right? We've got temperatures in the upper 30s in places like Palmdale, Pasadena, only in the 40s, 45 for LA. The folks in Santa Ana right around 50 degrees, and Corona in the low 40s. So still lots of weather to talk about. It's a weather roller coaster. We're going up and down with the rain, the temperatures, and even the wind. I will sort it all out for you coming up in just a little.
All right, Markina, thank you. Overwhelmed storm drains, down trees, a really big problem with that first system. And tonight, city crews continued to manage runoff and clearing debris.
There was so much rain yesterday, we heard reports of manhole covers actually getting blown off in Santa Monica. That's where we begin our live coverage tonight with Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf.
Yeah, pretty remarkable when you think about the weight of those manhole covers. Some of them can weigh up to 300 pounds. But before we get to that, Elliot will show you where this manhole cover was. That was blowing around. We're seeing that rain and wind here tonight coming in waves a little bit. But if you go ahead and take a look at this video, you can see the breeze picking up tonight. We're under a wind watch through much of the day today and through tomorrow, as well as flood watches. You can see the rain kind of coming in and out throughout the evening so far. Yesterday, again, was round one of the storm, but check out this video from Santa Monica. This is that manhole cover we were just showing you, bobbing up in the middle of the intersection, up into the air. And again, just imagine all of that water and pressure below, because that can weigh up to 300 pounds. And then a car comes and the top launches off into the intersection. City crews say they were overwhelmed in Santa Monica yesterday, responding to situations just like this, as tonight the next round of rain is on the way.
There's probably back pressure from all the That's clogging, like Adrian said, clogging the drains.
Yeah, there's probably a clog from debris or trash clogging it up, and then it...
Super frightening. I guess if you were in a car and that happened, I mean, that's not good news. I think the city definitely has to do something to figure that out and fix it.
So in that video that we have, the surveillance video, you can see that a car just narrowly misses that giant hole in the middle of the intersection. We're not aware of any crashes happening here, but we do know that there's other locations in Santa Monica that were also dealing with this same issue yesterday. So a lot of people hoping it doesn't happen again with this next round of rain. Reporting live tonight in Santa Monica, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
All right, Matthew, stay dry out there. Thank you.
On to this new video tonight. This was a scene at Valley Boulevard and Sunset Avenue in the city of Industry. LA County Fire received a call of a medium-sized tree that struck two vehicles. Well, one person was hurt and taken to a nearby hospital. Public Works there on scene removing the tree. CHP had a few lanes closed until Public Works were able to clear the tree. And last night we showed you how flash floods left historic Melrose Avenue businesses soaked and struggling.
So many years of hard work pretty much washed away. Today's Fox 11's Haley Winslow spoke with store owners in the Melrose district as they get ready for even more rain.
Sandbags and a soggy mess along iconic Melrose Ave as frustrated store owners continue cleanup after Monday's flash floods rush into their shops.
It happened again.
4 decades ago, Yafa Sakai opened Posers Hollywood. Then 3 more stores along this stretch selling clothes, shoes, and Halloween decorations you can't find anywhere else. Now, much of it soaked and ruined after the heavy rains.
They have to fix it. I'm here 40 years and I have problem every time it rains.
A massive loss for businesses yet again.
$600 shoes times about 30, 40, 50 shoes, somewhere around there.
My 5th flooding that's happened here in the last few years, whenever it's rained hard in the beginning of the year.
The city had a solution. They send these trucks out with some kind of pumps to help the drainage to catch up to the volume of water, but obviously it didn't work. I don't know if there was malfunction or something happened, but we ended up getting about 4 inches of water through the whole store and all the way to the back room, the bathrooms. It was just a big mess.
Though they tried to make the most of it, finding time to have a little fun, every flood feels like Groundhog Day, and they've had enough, especially store owners like Sakai, who has spent a lifetime building her business on one of the most costly streets in LA.
I'm tired.
The city says it'll be here to support businesses during this next round of rain and just stack these sandbags on the side of the street, hoping that helps to stop rushing water this time around. Reporting on Melrose Ave, I'm Haley Winslow, Fox 11 News.
Fox 11, of course, staying on top of the storms on air, online, and on our Fox Local app. New at 8 tonight, we're learning the name of the man killed in Friday night shooting at the Culver City Mall. He's been identified as Angel Torres. Another man was injured, is expected to survive. Police say they're still looking for 2 suspects. It's unclear tonight whether or not the shooting was aimed at those individuals.
Mark Zuckerberg is expected to testify tomorrow morning in that landmark social media addiction trial that's underway here in LA. A 20-year-old suing Meta alleges Instagram and YouTube designed features that hooked young users and worsened her mental health. Meta denies the claims and says it prioritizes teen safety. The case could influence hundreds of similar lawsuits nationwide. The Meta CEO, Zuckerberg, is expected to take the stand at 9 a.m. at the Spring Street downtown courthouse.
Use love to motivate you and obligate you to serve the human family. Young America, dream!
Tonight, we continue to remember the life and legacy of Jesse Jackson. The civil rights icon died at the age of 84. Reverend Jackson, a Baptist minister and 2-time presidential candidate, spent a lifetime fighting for justice, equality, and human rights.
His family announcing his death, saying he had a rare neurological disorder and he died today at home in Chicago, surrounded by family.
Put your hands together for our leader, the Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson!
Jesse Louis Jackson, civil rights leader, presidential candidate, and founder of Operation Push, has died. Born October 8th, 1941 in Greenville, South Carolina, Jackson came of age during the height of the civil rights movement. Inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he joined his inner circle and was in Memphis the day King was assassinated in 1968. In 1971, Jackson founded Operation Push, People United to Save Humanity, turning protest into political power. In 1984 and again in 1988, Jackson ran for president, second in the Democratic primaries in '88. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass remembers watching that first campaign up close.
I remember when he spoke on the steps of City Hall in 1984, and there were thousands of Angelenos out there.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump calls Jackson a bridge between generations of activism.
Everything he stood for, reminding America, all of us, no matter what they say, how they try to push you down and marginalize you, he said, remind yourself every day, I am somebody.
For decades, Jackson stood at the center of the nation's biggest civil rights flashpoints, from voting rights to police accountability.
Jesse Jackson himself was the embodiment of hope for America.
His career was not without controversy, including a 2001 scandal in which he fathered a child out of wedlock with one of his aides. But many allies stood by him, saying he would, quote, keep on marching.
Once he said, Attorney Crump, you don't drown because the water is deep. You drown because you stop kicking.
He laid the foundation for Barack Obama, President of the United States.
Jesse Jackson, for so many in our lifetime, represented the standard bearer for civil rights.
We are not afraid.
A message of movement, of momentum, and of hope. Jesse Louis Jackson was 84 years old. Well, Jackson is survived by 6 children and his wife, Jacqueline. Final arrangements for his celebration of life services, including some public events, will be announced through the Rainbow Push Coalition. You had the honor of interviewing him.
Yeah, a couple of times, not one-on-one, but with groups at like political conventions, and just had an incredible magnetism and charisma and aura about him,
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
All right, still ahead.
Marla, for that story. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back. live look right now at our radar. You see all the rain, most of it, the brunt of it to the north of us right now. Meteorologist Markina Brown will have another look at the forecast in just a few minutes, and she'll tell us when we can really expect that band to hit us a little later on tonight. Developing in the meantime, a major shakeup could be coming for the LA28 Olympic Committee. Outrage continues over flirty emails from more than 2 decades ago, linking Chair Casey Wasserman to Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, sexual abuse survivors and some local leaders are calling for action.
Fox 11 Gina Silva has been on that story today, and she's live in West Hollywood tonight with details on what may happen to Wasserman, if anything. Gina?
Yeah, that's right. That protest was held here in Hollywood earlier today, and the emails that they're talking about, they're from 23 years ago. Wasserman has already apologized, but critics say that apology is not enough.
We are calling on Casey Wasserman to resign from his role as chairperson from the LA28 Olympic Committee.
West Hollywood city officials, sexual abuse survivors, and community activists say Casey Wasserman should no longer lead the LA28 Olympic Committee.
Los Angeles does not want to be in bed with a guy who wanted to be in bed with a now convicted sex predator and trafficker of minors. Perhaps you think that Nepo babies in the White House will save the Nepo baby of Hollywood. But I would not count on it, Mr. Wasserman.
She's referring to recently released emails between Wasserman and Ghislaine Maxwell from the early 2000s. But the LA28 Executive Board says outside counsel reviewed the emails and found no evidence of wrongdoing.
This is sending a message to all survivors that we will back powerful individuals like Casey Wasserman, but we will not care or protect you.
They pointed out, well, these emails were from 23 years ago. And my answer is, I'm 51 years old and I have 0 emails with sexual predators.
Wasserman issued a statement that says in part, I deeply regret my correspondence with Ghislaine Maxwell. They occurred long before her horrific crimes came to light. I never had a personal or business relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
It was an unfortunate decision from the board.
Mayor Karen Bass, just like several members of the LA City Council, believes Wasserman should be removed as chair of LA28.
I believe what has come out in terms of that association, even though it was a long time ago, I don't think is the best reflection.
Mayor Bass says she has no authority over this matter. She says the LA28 committee is governed by its own board. So we'll just have to see if all of this criticism will maybe change their minds. Who knows?
This follows the reporting that we did on Friday when he announced that he's going to be selling his talent agency and stepping away from that, right?
Absolutely, yes. So obviously there's a lot of pressure. Who knows, right? Who knows if anything will change in the next few days. But the mayor now coming out and saying, you know, I have no power, I have no say, but I do have an opinion, and this is what it is.
I mean, the board has already reviewed it and said they're going to take no action. So, I mean, yes, there was that press conference today, and people do continue to come out against them, but it seemed like they've already made their decision. I mean, nothing new.
Right.
Yeah, It looks like that's their decision. They said they looked at all of the emails, and there appeared to be no wrongdoing, no criminal wrongdoing.
Right.
I guess it's just a matter of, as he had said, that it's becoming a distraction, which is why he wanted to step away from his agency. And as we get closer, if these distractions will keep on keeping on, and if that will, you know, change the course, we'll see.
Thank you, Gina.
Thanks, Gina. Coming up, the Dodgers open up spring training.
Yes, we'll hear from the Blue Crew. They chase a three-peat next. But before we head to break, a live look from our Santa Monica cam. You see the bright lights of the Santa Monica Pier and what appears to be clear, dark skies for now. All right, we're all getting our honorary meteorological degrees here as we take another look at the radar, the live radar images coming through the heaviest in the dark green and the yellow there, moving to the northeast. Would that be right? The heaviest weather, though, still not yet upon us.
Well done.
Thank you. And despite what's happening here, spring is around the corner and things are looking really nice in Arizona. That means we finally get time to say it's time for Dodger baseball. Spring training gets underway, and we're joined by Mark Rogandino.
Yeah, indeed, that is the case, you guys. Baseball is back. The Blue Crew is back, as you guys were alluding to.
I feel like it never left.
I know, right? It seems like yesterday we're celebrating a second straight World Series. Let's talk about it a little bit. Today out at Camelback Ranch, the Dodgers, they held their first full squad workout of spring training as they chase a third straight World Series championship. Yeah, yesterday, manager Dave Roberts insisted that the team's preparation this spring hadn't changed despite their success, but the Blue Crew can accomplish something only two MLB franchises ever have done, the Yankees and the A's winning 3 straight. The players embracing this championship or bust expectation.
That's the beauty of this organization, is every single year it's a reality that we have a chance to win, and that's not the case everywhere, but for us that's always been the case, and that's what it's really what makes it exciting in the spring when you get here is immediately that's the talk. We expect to be there in the end. We have to accomplish our goals to get there, and we start talking about how we're going to focus in on doing that.
Really excited, especially I'm the guy that when I'm chasing something hard, it motivates me to train hard, to do stuff, and just trying to be better so we can get to the goal that we want.
Well, of course, right now, everybody's saying all the right things, getting them all back together. It's one big happy family. And, of course, we'll have a lot more coming from Camelback Ranch throughout the week, as well as later tonight. We have our own Kyle Kraska out there delivering some live reports. But it seems like they're on the right track to get things started.
And we got to look at Shohei today, too, right?
Shohei is, I would say, ahead of schedule, right? I mean, the fact that he's throwing it off the mound. Phil, we didn't see him actually pitch a full 4 innings until like August of last year. So, Marlo, that means he's way ahead. And this could be his best year as a pitcher with the Dodgers for sure.
Right.
It's a fun time to be a Dodger and a Dodger fan.
We didn't wear any blue tonight, though, so
well,
we're not quite getting into the spirit just yet, are we?
Still early. Thanks, Mark. Good to see you.
Hey, everybody, we are watching rain and snow and wind. Stick around. I will time it all out for you, and that's coming up.
I'm Laura Diaz, up Topanga Canyon, a beautiful community, but now businesses are hurting. Now another storm on the way. That story is coming up.
Across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Welcome back, everyone, as we're giving you a look from the coast to the inland valleys there. That storm, it is moving through Southern California right now.
And Marquina Brown, meteorologist Marquina Brown, is keeping an eye on all of this for us.
I am, Phil. And by the way, you aren't doing bad with the whole meteorology thing. I just want you to know.
Thank you.
Yes.
Weather is sponsored by My Home Sold.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. But it is all about the radar today, right? We've been talking about radar and satellite composites since yesterday. That will continue to be the story. We will ease up on that a little bit and start to talk about some snow and then some wind. Lots to talk about weather, so let's get to it. As you can see right now, we are still dealing with the rain, mainly to the north of us. Folks in LA now starting to get some of that precipitation to pick up. The folks in parts of Northern California, that is still very much their story. We are not going to be left out of that, though, because we've got some rain on the way as well. Thunderstorms, isolated storms, not out of the question either. So we've got, again, very active situation here. We are talking about heavy rain. We are talking about isolated storms, wind, and snow. So let's get to it. As we take a look at what's going on in parts of our viewing area, we go to Santa Clarita and we see some light rain on and off as we go through the evening. It is definitely possible to see some moderate rainfall. And again, you could get some isolated storms as well. It's very unstable around here, as you can imagine, and we have been seeing a little bit of everything. So you can't rule out the opportunity for an isolated storm there. I want to take you to Futurecast and start the clock at 9 o'clock because as you can see, things start to pick up a little bit here, but even more so as we head toward midnight tonight. There is a very organized line of showers, maybe even some storms here by 1 o'clock, making its way through parts of Palmdale into LA and southward. Then as we progress through till about 1 a.m., still pretty organized and giving some rain, possibly heavy rain, snow, maybe a little mix to areas maybe north of Ontario, but Long Beach starting to see some of that rain. But it moves through at a pretty good clip, which is good. Shouldn't see a whole lot of rain from this, but it's going to be a pretty good shot when most of us will be asleep, so that's okay. As we progress through about 9 o'clock in the morning, we see dry skies. We see some clouds here and there, but other than that, I expect Wednesday to be pretty quiet. So let's talk about the additional rain we should see right around from later tonight through tomorrow morning, adding all of that up. We're not seeing a whole lot, a little over ½ an inch for the folks in Palmdale. Down to the south, even less. Folks in LA, just over ¼ of an inch. Same for the folks in Santa Monica. So not a lot of rain to add, but just know that more is on the way. Now let's talk about the snow side of things, right? We've got a winter storm warning that is in effect here, as you can see, for the Ventura County Mountains. This includes parts of San Gabriel Mountains because, of course, as that colder air starts to shift our way from the north, mixing with some of that precipitation, we are going to continue to get some snow, especially in those higher elevations here. You can see that we are talking about possibly 3 to 4 feet of snow just south of Big Bear. Wrightwood going to get in on more of that snow as well. And we're also going to talk about the wind. Can't not talk about that, right? Look at how gusty we're possibly going to get as we head towards the next 24 to 48 hours. We're talking about gusts maybe up to 65 miles an hour. This is all going to be over as we head toward tomorrow. But again, we've got to go through it. We get a break as we head toward tomorrow, and we've got another system coming through as we get into Thursday. Gusts wind-wise, again, picking up with that line, moving up and out, and then as we head toward 2 a.m., things slowly but surely start to ease. So tonight, let's just sum it all up for you, shall we? We are talking widespread heavy rain and windy conditions late tonight. Tomorrow, mostly dry and pretty quiet. As we get into Thursday, we've got another disturbance making its way through, but with this one we are talking about rain that really won't be as heavy. It'll be more widespread, and then we will possibly do it all again as we head toward the beginning of next work week. We'll talk about that. But the 7-day forecast rolling in, showing you for the folks in LA and Orange County, we're topping out in the upper 50s as we get into your Wednesday with a very small chance of rain. Friday, Saturday, no problems. Temperatures even start to ease up a bit. Look at Sunday. We're looking at numbers in the low 70s before, another system comes our way as we get into Tuesday. Then we take you to the coast. We see highs right around 59 degrees tomorrow. A nice weekend on tap before we start to see more rain getting into next Tuesday. That's a look at what we're doing, guys. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you very much. Normally, nothing better than putting the convertible top down and zoom in through beautiful Topanga Canyon, but not tonight.
No.
Parts of Topanga remain closed ahead of our second incoming winter storm.
Burn scar areas in Topanga are facing new flood risks. Business owners there are also bracing for another round of disruptions. Fox 11's Laura Diaz, she's live tonight in Topanga Canyon with more. Laura?
Yes, Marla and Phil, it's been a hard couple of years for business owners up Topanga Canyon. As you just mentioned, the canyon has been closed on and off for many months, leading into years. So people up here, they talk about the difficulty of getting through. And if you're a business owner, you can only imagine, you're saying if it's not one thing, it's another.
We had a road closure 2 years ago because of a landslide. The road reopened, and then there was the fire, as you know, in the spring of last year, and then the road closed again. So it's been a really difficult couple of years.
A call to support one another in a human way. connect with one another in gatherings like in a space like this. You know?
At the Endless Color restaurant up Topanga Canyon, despite the rainstorm, locals showed up to enjoy tasty pizza and a very relaxed vibe. The restaurant features soft colors, a vinyl collection of albums playing on a turntable, and people simply just hanging out, all ages, kids, adults. But filling up a business isn't that easy these days. Topanga Canyon Boulevard will be closed at least until tomorrow morning from PCH to Grandview Drive. That's because of a flood watch. Now you can see the major artery from Skyfox, but the constant on and off shutting down of the boulevard, which connects the west side to the valley, is a lifeline for businesses, and so when they don't have it, it's very detrimental to their ability to provide for their families. Merchants told me as many as 4 businesses have gone under because of the road closure. So the latest closure is just one more headache for businesses trying to survive. That's the latest here up Topanga Canyon, where it's starting to rain and get very windy. I'm Laura Diaz reporting live, sending it back to the studio.
Thank you, Laura. Topanga Canyon will remain closed for at least tomorrow morning. Again, it's shut down from Pacific Coast Highway inland a bit. The street we typically use is Grandview Drive.
A flood watch remains in effect until 6 a.m. tomorrow. Then crews will reassess road conditions and the forecast. Officials urge drivers to plan alternate routes, of course, for the morning commute. Well, as parts of Southern California continue to brace for even more rain tonight, crews spent the day cleaning up from yesterday's storm. This is in Alhambra, where a massive tree fell onto a home across the street from Ramona Elementary School. No one was hurt.
And Fox 11 is staying on top of the storms on the air, online, and on our Fox local app.
New at 8, actor Shia LaBeouf was arrested in New Orleans after a bar fight during Mardi Gras. TMZ is reporting the incident happened, here it is, just after midnight in the French Quarter. Witnesses say he was escorted out of a bar, got into a brawl, and then later received medical attention from paramedics. Video shows LaBeouf shirtless and arguing with others. He now faces 2 charges of simple battery. Shia LaBeouf has a history of legal troubles and past struggles with addiction and mental health. A fiery crash near the well-known Circus liquor store and sign in North Hollywood brought down a power pole earlier today. Skyfox overhead, look at the aftermath. Authorities say 2 cars crashed. One of them, an EV, hit the pole, causing live wires to fall. You see the pole bent. Firefighters faced extra danger dealing with the live wires, but the situation, it is now under control. 2 people involved in that crash are being treated for minor injuries. New details tonight in the deadly ice rink shooting in Rhode Island. Police in Pawtucket say the 56-year-old gunman, Robert Dorgan, killed his ex-wife and their adult son during a youth hockey game. He also left his ex-in-laws in critical condition. Dorgan then turned the gun on himself. Police say Dorgan also went by the names Roberta Esposito and Roberta Dorgano. Authorities say gender identity was apparently a contributing factor in the couple's 2020 divorce. The shooting comes just weeks after 2 people were killed and 9 injured in a mass shooting at Brown University in the state's capital, Providence.
And developing tonight, Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos confirming to Fox that the glove recovered near Nancy Guthrie's home has been entered into the CODIS database, but there was no match. This as investigators continue looking for any clues that could lead to the suspect. Fox's Caroline Elliott has more from Tucson.
The Pima County Sheriff is now sharing the DNA results found inside Nancy Guthrie's home, and it looks like finding the suspect in this case won't be easy.
The DNA on the glove that was found 2 miles away was submitted for CODIS, and I just heard that CODIS had no hits.
Investigators have been focusing on 2 critical pieces of evidence, the glove and the DNA found inside the home. But the sheriff says both samples could not be identified in the FBI's national database.
We're looking at to try to find this individual, whether it be DNA, whether it be that ring camera video, whether it be evidence at a Walmart that might lead us to somebody.
Other evidence being scrutinized includes the backpack and clothing the suspect was seen wearing on Guthrie's doorbell camera. Investigators are working with Walmart to see if they can determine who may have purchased the bag, which is exclusively sold at the superstore, and whether the jacket was purchased there as well. FBI agents are also asking questions at local gun stores.
He wanted to know if I could help him pull up in my system if any of these people have purchased a gun in the last year.
It's now been 17 days since Nancy Guthrie disappeared, but the sheriff says his team is dedicated to bringing her home.
What I do know is we won't quit. We're going to keep after you. We will find you, and we'll find Nancy.
The sheriff is following up on multiple leads in this case, but at this time, he says there's no evidence that Nancy Guthrie was taken out of the country. In Tucson, Arizona, Caroline Elliott, Fox News.
New tonight in the 8 o'clock hour, an Anaheim man pleads not guilty to federal charges. He threatened the vice president during a visit to Disneyland. Prosecutors say Marco Antonio Aguayo posted on Instagram last July that pipe bombs had been placed ahead of J.D. Vance's arrival. The FBI says he later admitted making the post, but called them a joke. A hearing is set for March in Santa Ana federal court trial later that month.
Coming up, the storm not only dropping rain, but a whole lot of snow in Big Bear.
Closer look at the winter wonderland. A couple of hours from Los Angeles next.
And before we head to break, a live look in the Big Easy. This is Bourbon Street, where Mardi Gras celebrations are in full swing. Check the time, Phil. It is 10:42.
A lot of serious milling around there.
Right.
People calling it.
I don't see any beads. We need a close-up. Oh, I see some dancing in the street. How fun. How fun.
Well, if you love snow, Big Bear in the San Bernardino Mountains is a place to be. But not if you're like driving a fuel truck that gets stuck. Dozens of drivers got stuck. So many crashes, stranded cars. You know, despite the warning, so many people head up there with this kind of weather without chains, without four-wheel drive. happens every time it snows. People aren't prepared. They're not paying attention to us here. And of course, another strong storm that's coming tonight that we've been talking about could bring 2 or more feet of snow, starting at about 4,500 feet. A lot lower than Big Bear.
And specifically, Big Bear Mountain Resort reports 12 to 15 inches of fresh snow in just the past 24 hours. The snow started yesterday afternoon, continued into the night. More snow expected through Thursday. Resort officials say more lifts and runs could open this week. State routes 330 and 18, they're open to drivers. State route 38 has limited hours during the week. Tire chains, yes, are required for most vehicles. I feel like I was just doing your job.
You were.
Meteorologist Markina Brown.
Okay. You did a good
You
job.
have plenty to say.
Phil, do you want to
No, it's all
add
you.
something? No. Okay. Yeah, it's been, you know, a very adventurous last couple of days, and we're not done. So we're going to go to radar and see what's going on. The latest, you know, things are changing hour by hour, so we've got you. As you can see, there's an area of low pressure to the north of us. That is the thing that is dictating all of the rain that has been happening to the folks to the north of us. Some severe stuff just south of that area of low pressure as well, as they had a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of San Luis Obispo because of it. That has now cleared up, but you can still see all of the lightning in connection with this storm. All of this will shift our way as we head toward the overnight, and we are talking, yes, rain, possible storms, gusty winds, and we still are going to be watching out for the opportunity for more flooding. So as we take a look at what's going on now, you can see a lot of the rain is still to the north of us and also to the west of us, but it's coming. LA starting to see the rain pick up a bit, right? The folks in Riverside are dry, cloudy, and cool, but you are going to get in on that rain as well. So if you are dry now, enjoy it, because everybody will get in on more rain as we go throughout the course of the night. As we take a look at Futurecast and show you, you can see it here as we head toward 9 o'clock. We are looking at some pretty heavy rain just to the north of us, just north of Santa Barbara. But look at this very organized band of showers and maybe even isolated storms making its way through Palmdale all the way down to LA. And then as we go towards 1 a.m., it shifts, but still pretty organized for the most part. The folks in Ontario will start to see it. We'll see more snow for the folks in Big Bear, Riverside getting in on at least some moderate rainfall, and that'll go all the way down to Long Beach. That continues to move by 2 a.m. And then behind it, we are looking at drier conditions. So you can bank on your Wednesday at least being drier. But because of that rain, we've still got that flood watch that is in effect as we go through tonight. Also, watching out for some gusty winds in just about all of our viewing area here. You can see that we can see gusts in parts of the Antelope Valley up to 65 miles an hour. So through the night tonight, as you probably try to get some sleep, it could be pretty noisy for some. Tracking the future gusts here as we go towards later on tonight, as we watch that line of showers and possibly isolated storms, you can see that the winds will react as well. We are looking at them picking up to about 32-mile-per-hour gusts here right around the Santa Clarita area, 25 for Pasadena, 36 if you're in Ontario. That line continues to move, and then we'll see those winds diminish as we go through the night. So with the rain, the possibility for isolated storms, and the additional overnight snow, we'll see those winds come through as well. So here's the bottom line for you. We've got tonight more widespread and heavy rain, again, just with that system along with the wind. Tomorrow will be nothing burger. It'll be fine. We're looking mostly dry and maybe even get some peaks of sunshine here and there. Then as we get into Thursday, another system will make its way through. It'll be widespread, so most of us will see some, but it won't be as heavy. As we take a look at some of the forecast highs getting into the LA and Orange County areas over the next several days, you can see that there is a little bump up in some of the highs. Not great, but as we get into the end of the weekend until the beginning of next work week, we will see a nice warm up there before the next system comes our way. For the coast, we are looking at temperatures will stay a little on the cool side for you, especially as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then you are in the upper 60s as we get into Sunday and Monday. For the folks in the valleys and the Inland Empire, you will will hold on to the 50s over the next couple of days, getting up into the 60s as we get into Friday and Saturday. Sunday and Monday, look at that. We're looking at numbers in the upper 60s and even lower 70s. That'll be nice. For the mountain communities, no surprise here. It's going to be pretty chilly there. Even as we get into Thursday and Friday, you will still only be topping out in the 30s for highs. And then as we get into the weekend, a slight bump up in temperatures for you with numbers in the upper 40s and maybe even some low 50s. That is a look at what we're doing. I'll send it back to you.
She said tomorrow's a nothing burger.
I heard that.
Yes,
yeah.
I love it. All right, Markina, thank you. Tonight, the city of Los Angeles is a step closer to make filming in the city easier than it's been.
This comes as on-location shooting here dropped to historic lows last year. Fox's Nick Garcia reports from LA City Hall.
Applause among the packed hearing room in LA City Hall after the Economic Development and Jobs Committee moved forward with 9 measures that will work to improve the on-location filming environment in Los Angeles. It comes at a time when the city has seen significant drops in on-location shoots over the past several years. Filmmakers moving to other parts of Southern California, out of state, or out of country.
I'm getting very anxious and worried. I'm day gigging now, but it's nearly impossible to find another full-time job.
Annette Cash works in post-production. She's struggled to find consistent work for the past 3 years.
If I can't pay my rent, I'm going to have to look at moving out of LA, and I'm going to lose custody of my children, and that for me that's painful.
Grassroots Coalition Stay in LA has pushed for improved conditions. Councilmember Adrian Nazarian presented the package of initiatives called Keep Hollywood Home. It includes fast-tracking certification of new sound stages, reducing fees to $1 for parking and location shooting on city facilities, and creating a free permit for micro shoots with 24-hour turnaround.
Los Angeles is serious about competing, that we value our working class industry workforce, that we are willing to modernize, that we believe the industry that built this city is worth fighting for.
Tuesday's action, a step forward, but the fight to make sure LA remains the entertainment capital of the world continues. Nick Garcia, Fox 11 News.
Thank you, Nick. We still have a lot more news ahead at 8.
But first, here's a preview of what's coming up at 9. 10 people are still missing tonight after an avalanche near Lake Tahoe. On the California side, we'll have the latest on the search there. Plus, things get tense tonight at an LAUSD board meeting. The board votes to cut up to nearly 660 jobs. We'll tell you why and what that means for the nation's second biggest school district ahead at 9. And before we head to break, another live look. This is from our station on the west side of Los Angeles. You see the wet streets out there, a little movement from the camera. Markina Brown breaking it all down in the 9 o'clock hour, tracking the storm. Stay with us. New at 8, Oscar-nominated actor Colman Domingo is set to receive the President's Award at the NAACP Image Awards later this month. The honor recognizes special achievement and distinguished public service. Domingo is also nominated for 2 other NAACP Image Awards for his role in and directing The Four Seasons. Previous recipients of this award include LeBron James, Rihanna, Muhammad Ali, and Reverend Jesse Jackson.
The Boss hitting the road again. Inglewood near the top of the list. That's a young boss there. They're launching the Land of Hope and Dreams tour in March in Minneapolis. The 20-date run includes 2 nights at the Forum in Inglewood, April 7th and
across SoCal. This is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Now at 9, a second round of rain wreaking havoc across Southern California with roads closed, avalanches triggered, and flood warnings in effect.
This is Atlasco's Tonight Live, the San Fernando Valley. Another stormy night out here. Rain pouring down, bringing the threat of even more dramatic river rescues. Stand by for that.
All right, Ed, thank you. And city crews scrambling to clear debris and manage flooding. And now reports of manhole covers blowing off in Santa Monica. Plus, flash floods leave iconic Melrose Avenue businesses devastated. Decades of hard work washed away. More on the damage there. Good evening, everybody. You're watching LA Live News Tonight. I'm Marla Tejas. Severe storms are pounding our state, bringing floods, heavy snow, and powerful winds. Topanga Canyon Road in LA County and Highway 1 near Big Sur, they're closed due to debris flows. Some areas do remain under flood and wind advisories with gusts up to 65 miles per hour expected. Now, mountain areas, they could see up to a foot of snow, while rainfall totals may reach 4 inches by Friday. Of course, we have team coverage for you. Reporters Ed Lascos, Matthew Seedorf, and Haley Winslow all standing by. But first, we begin with meteorologist Markina Brown. You have a lot to get to.
I do, Marla. Good evening, and thank you. Good evening, everybody. We are still watching the storm. Believe it or not, it is not over. We have a pretty strong area of low pressure to the north of us, but we have a disturbance that is moving through our area and will even get closer as we go through the course of the overnight. And because of that, we are talking about more heavy rain and more wind like what Ed is seeing. I can't wait to see his live shot. But we are looking at lots of lightning strikes happening just south of San Luis Obispo. They had some severe thunderstorm warnings earlier this evening. Now that line, as you can see, is slowly but surely moving south. That makes it pretty possible for us to see some isolated storms as we go through the course of the evening. Of course, we will keep you posted. But as we come a little bit closer to home, we see Santa Clarita looking at light to moderate rainfall. Thousand Oaks, same story. The folks in LA now starting to see some rain right along the 101 there. Very wet. The 5 very wet as well. Going a little bit further down to the south, the folks in Hawthorne are starting to see some on and off showers. Downing, same story for you, while the folks in parts of Orange County, for the most part, are pretty dry. So as we talk about what we will see rain-wise in terms of our probabilities going through the night, you can see it boosts up real high as we head towards 1 a.m. We've got, again, a disturbance making its way through, and that's why the numbers go up. We'll talk more about that, plus what you should expect for your Wednesday, coming up in just a little bit. Marla, back to you.
Right, Markina, thank you so much. From the air to the ground, a dramatic rescue in Arleta as firefighters race against time to save a man trapped under a bridge in rushing flood waters. How do they get the man out, and what warning do first responders have for the public tonight? Let's go to Fox 11's Ed Lascos and Van Nuys with that story tonight. Ed?
Yeah, Marla, the first responders saying just stay clear of all the flood channels and the LA River itself. You have more rain, heavy rain coming down here in Sherman Oaks. The wind, you can see it blowing around like crazy, blowing around the wind. Joe, take us into the story. All eyes on this night once again on that surging LA River. This is just here as it flows under Sepulveda. We're just north of the 101 freeway. Look at the current, that fast-moving current. That's the dangerous part, the first responders tell us. The watermark there is it's just under 3 feet deep. But the thing is, according to the Swiftwater Rescue Team, don't be fooled by how deep it is. It's that current that can knock you out, your feet right out from under you. I'm just kind of being quiet because you might actually hear it surging by. You hear that? Surging by. That's how deep and how threatening, how dangerous that current really is. Bringing the latest river rescue. Watch. River Rescue, the LA City Fire Chopper overhead. This dramatic rescue in Arleta. The Swiftwater Rescue Team rushing in after urgent calls to 911 about a man stuck under a bridge yelling for help. Listen as rescuers yell out, trying to find him somewhere in the darkness.
How many people? Where are you at?
He yells back here, under the bridge, as the high drama plays out over a flood channel choked with a fast current. Firefighters carefully able to get to the man. He's holding on under that bridge, and once he's suited up with his own safety gear, he's able to slowly climb out over a fence to safety, taken to the ER, reportedly suffering a medical condition. That is LAFD's elite Swiftwater Rescue Team is on standby yet again tonight. And all eyes are on the LA River as it rushes through the valley. The runoff from even more rain hitting again tonight, surging through the storm drains right into the river itself. The current is fast, it's deep, and it is dangerous, bringing an urgent plea to stay clear of the LA River. It's just all the runoffs here in the river now.
Yeah.
I mean, how dangerous?
It's really dangerous.
Very dangerous, he says. He's one of the neighbors. They call themselves here affectionately the river watchers, and they're the ones who usually call 911 when they spot somebody in trouble down there. You're looking live. We talk about the rain, also the wind really picking up here the last 10-15 minutes in this area of the valley. The flag blowing through there, blowing off to the north, the northwest, and then the continuing concern of that river as it roars through there. It's interesting. It's now making its mark up. As we look down there, it was below the 3-foot mark. Joe will give you a look. See that down there? And it was actually about 2.5 feet before the rain started here, maybe about a half hour ago, and now it's already up to 3 feet, rising very quickly, and the current really has picked up since this band of rain hit us in the last 10 minutes or so. We've had some really strong downpours here, along with those gusting winds. So, Marla, looks like another busy night for LA City Fire and their very elite swiftwater rescue team.
Yes, and just to clarify to our viewers, you are in Sherman Oaks. I introduced you, Silly Me, and Van Nuys, but you're adjacent. Yes. You are in Sherman Oaks. Do we know what this man was doing in the storm drain area anyway?
No, we don't. Investigators were possibly thinking that he had some type of medical emergency. They were thinking that he may have been someone who was homeless in that area, and that's another big concern when you talk to the first responders. A lot of the flood channels, the river itself runs by some of the homeless encampments here in the valley, and that usually, unfortunately, is what we see with a lot of these rescues in the overnight hours, the early morning hours. And to clear up what we were talking about, yes, that rescue we were showing you, that dramatic one, was in Arleta. We're over here in Sherman Oaks trying to give you a good picture, a good look, live look at the LA River, because some of the locations here you can see the river. We can see it, but it's hard to show you folks at home with a camera. But here is a good spot because it's lit up pretty well. And look at it again, surging, and it's actually now climbed over 3 feet deep. It's amazing how fast this thing, isn't it? In the last, we've just been here the last 10 minutes, and look at it, it's gone up maybe half a foot already.
Yeah, and you have the measuring stick there, too, to help really paint that picture, and a good one, a clear one, too. All right, you two, you be safe. We'll check back with you. Thank you. Tonight, 10 people are still missing and 6 are stranded after an avalanche near Lake Tahoe on the California side. Right now, highly skilled rescue ski teams and a snowcat continue searching for the missing. It happened in the area of Castle Peak. This is northwest of Lake Tahoe. The 911 call came in about 11:30 this morning about people buried in an avalanche. We are told the survivors have a tarp and are hunkered down as best they can.
It's in a mountainous area. It's very limited visibility. It's hard to access. We're doing so with snowcats, with people on skis. We have some snowmobilers on standby, so we're doing the best we can to get there, but the conditions are making it very challenging.
There is high avalanche danger in this area tonight. Slides were expected to occur today into tomorrow. You may recall in January, a snowmobiler was killed in an avalanche in this very same area. All right, let's check in with Santa Monica, where there were reports. So much rain yesterday. We actually heard reports of manhole covers getting blown off in Santa Monica. That's where we have Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf standing by. It doesn't look like the cell that is hammering Ed and Joe right now in Sherman Oaks is hitting you and Elliot just yet.
Yeah, we've been kind of getting the waves of those coming through here. We'll get steady downpour for about 2-5 minutes. Wind picks up, and then all of a sudden it's like this. But we do understand a whole lot more is heading our way. But Elliot will show you the manhole covers out here. It's pretty remarkable because they can weigh up to 300 pounds, and this is one of the many that was dancing around in this intersection yesterday. But if you take a look at this video again, the storm already starting to blow in here, Santa Monica. This is round 2. Round 1 was yesterday. The wind picking up, more rain. We're under a wind advisory and flood watch through the night. But again, yesterday was round 1. We saw that in Santa Monica, the manhole cover bobbing up in the middle of this intersection. Just imagine, though, all the water and pressure below. Again, that can weigh up to 300 pounds, that manhole cover. And then a car comes and the top launches off into the intersection. City crews were overwhelmed in Santa Monica yesterday, though, responding to situations like this as tonight that next round of rain is on the way.
There's probably back pressure from all the that's clogging, like Adrian said, clogging the drains.
Yeah, there's probably a clog from debris or trash clogging it up, and then it's
super frightening. I guess if you were in a car and that happened, I mean, that's not good news. I think the city definitely has to do something to figure that out and fix it.
It's unclear exactly how many of these manhole covers were blowing around like that yesterday in Santa Monica, but the city again seemed like they were overwhelmed responding to these sort of calls, and a lot of people are going to be watching it very closely with this next round of rain on the way. Reporting live tonight, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
Well, it could have been a whole lot worse, like what we're about to show our viewers in the Melrose district. So in terms of flooding and local businesses there, not many were hit, if any.
We've heard reports of some apartments that flooded, maybe some businesses as well, so it sounds like that could be a possibility, but nothing like in Melrose. But again, you got these storm drains that can be 300 pounds. You got to imagine it could cause some damage to your car if you're driving over that while it's bouncing around like that.
Most definitely. All right, we'll see what happens. Matthew, thank you. Well, speaking of, let's show you that. Last night we showed you how flash floods left historic Melrose Avenue businesses soaked and struggling. Decades of hard work washed away. And earlier today, Fox 11's Haley Winslow spoke with store owners in the Melrose district.
Sandbags and a soggy mess along iconic Melrose Ave as frustrated store owners continue cleanup after Monday's flash floods rush into their shops.
It happened again.
4 decades ago, Yafa Sakai opened Posers Hollywood. Then 3 more stores along this stretch selling clothes, shoes, and Halloween decorations you can't find anywhere else. Now, much of it soaked and ruined after the heavy rains.
They have to fix it. I'm here 40 years and I have problem every time it rains.
A massive loss for businesses yet again.
$600 shoes times about 30, 40, 50 shoes, somewhere around there.
My 5th flooding that's happened here in the last few years whenever it's rained hard in the beginning of the year.
The city had a solution. They send these trucks out with some kind of pumps to help the drainage to catch up to the volume of water, but obviously it didn't work. I don't know if there was malfunction or something happened, but we ended up getting about 4 inches of water through the whole store and all the way to the back room, the bathrooms. It was just a big mess.
Though they tried to make the most of it, finding time to have a little fun, every flood feels like Groundhog Day, and they've had enough, especially store owners like Sakai, who has spent a lifetime building her business on one of the most costly streets in LA.
I'm tired.
The city says it'll be here to support businesses during this next round of rain and just stack these sandbags on the side of the street, hoping that helps to stop rushing water this time around. Reporting on Melrose Ave, I'm Haley Winslow, Fox 11 News.
If you would like to track the storm, head to foxla.com. There you will find interactive radars, a full 7-day forecast, and much more. You can also download our mobile app, Fox Local. A civil rights icon, a presidential trailblazer, and a voice that inspired generations. Reverend Jesse Jackson has passed away at the age of 84. We look back at his life and legacy. Actor Shia LaBeouf in trouble again, arrested during Mardi Gras after a wild altercation caught on camera. Why he ended up in hospital before jail. Plus, a chase for history, it is on. Dodgers open spring training as they seek a 3rd straight title. Well, today the Dodgers holding their first full squad workout of spring training out at Camelback Ranch in Arizona. Our Mark Rogandino joins us now with more on the Blue Crew. Hi, Mark.
Great to see you again, Marla. And yes, baseball is back. The Dodgers officially beginning their quest for a third straight World Series title. As Marla mentioned, spring training getting underway. The foundation of their recent success, the ability to acquire and keep the top talent. The team once again reloaded this offseason, bringing in stars Kyle Tucker and Edwin Diaz. Proof that the Dodgers' pursuit to become a destination spot for top-tier baseball players has certainly paid off.
They talk about how good the organization is from the outside, from what they see and what they hear. It's just things about, how the front office and the staff treats the players and the families. And it's, we have it really good here, and we definitely don't forget that. But it's always refreshing when you hear that from the outside, and then you just get that little extra hunger from guys that want to go out there and win a ring. And it keeps everyone else in here hungry as well, because you start feeding off each other. And when it's time to go out there and it's go time, it's everyone's ready to go.
And we'll have more on the Dodgers coming up later tonight on Good Night LA, including the star Shohei Ohtani throwing to live batters for the first time this spring training. Of course, it's all just getting started, Marla.
Yes.
We're in the early times right now, but exciting to have baseball and the boys in blue back.
And a little emotional, of course, last week when Alex Vesia came out with his first public remarks. Of course, he and his wife Kayla tragically lost their baby. And then I saw today that Vesia struck out Ohtani.
And I think it goes to speak about the group here, the nucleus of this guys and how tight they were. You saw Vesia come out, and really he mentioned not just the Dodgers and how well he was supported by them, but the entire Major League Baseball and how well he was supported. I think it was guys in the Toronto bullpen that had his number 51 on their caps.
Such a class act. Yeah.
But I'm really saying, right, life is much bigger than sport at times.
Amen. Yeah. Okay, well, we look forward to more of what they have for us.
Yeah, we got plenty of reports coming from out there in Arizona.
All right. Thank you so much, Mark.
Weather is sponsored by American Career College.
Still ahead, we're taking you live outside to LAX, and it looks a lot drier now. And I say that because, I think it was about 20 minutes ago, wasn't it, meteorologist Markina Brown, when you were looking at this camera and it was getting soaked?
Yeah, but that's the kind of atmosphere we're in, right, Marla, where it's dry. And earlier today, you were dry, you would get sun, and then you get clouds, and then you get soaked. That's what we're going to continue to do through the night tonight. In fact, tonight, we could get a really good hefty storm make its way through as we head toward midnight into 1 o'clock. So we will talk about that. But right now, what we are seeing on satellite radar composite is more rain. Who knew, right? You look to the north, we see the snow for the folks in the Big Bear and Wrightwood area. No surprise there. LA now starting to get into the waves of rain. And if you are outside while this is happening, not only are you getting wet with these waves of rain, but you're also getting into some pretty gusty wind as well. The folks in Hawthorne got an isolated shower just to the south of you. Again, LA, Brentwood starting to get in on the wet stuff. Roland, Anaheim, and Orange County, and even Long Beach starting to get wet a little bit. So as we track what's going on for you hour by hour, it's this last little disturbance that'll make its way through overnight tonight that I'll be really watching. We're talking about rain and snow headed our way with that very organized line that you see there as we head toward midnight tonight. By about 1 o'clock, it'll move south right along the Long Beach up to Ontario area. You can see here, we're seeing some pretty heavy rain because we're seeing the oranges and the red colors. That lets us know that it's going to be coming down at a pretty good clip. That system moves up and out pretty fast, and once that happens, we start to get into drier air. And even on Wednesday, you can pretty much call it dry. We'll see some clouds in and out of the forecast area, but for the most part, we'll be dry and we'll be done with at least that system. But because of what I've just talked about, this system that's making its way through, we do have a flood watch in effect just for tonight. And again, with the winds, we've got to watch out for them. So we do have a wind advisory that is in effect as well. So tonight, here's what you need to know. We're talking widespread heavy rain with that system. It will be windy. Tomorrow, mostly dry. And then Thursday, we will do it all over again, except for Thursday, the rain won't be as heavy and it will be more more widespread. So taking a look at the 7-day forecast for tomorrow for LA and Orange County, we're going to give you 59. That's all you can muster for highs tomorrow. And then as we get into the coming days, you'll start to see a slowly but surely rise here somewhat, right? Look at Sunday. We're going to give you 70. We'll call it mainly to partly cloudy there. And then we'll get ready for the next system coming our way as we head toward the beginning of next work week. For the coast, 59 degrees for you tomorrow. Watching out for just some isolated showers and maybe even some storms as we head toward late tonight. Some of those could get heavy, but then as we get into the weekend, we start to dry out before the next system comes towards you on Tuesday as well. And then for the valleys and the Inland Empire, 57 degrees for you. That'll be your high for tomorrow. As we get into Thursday, that's another system that'll make its way through, giving us even more rain. And then we've got several days of dry air and even sunshine and warming temperatures before we introduce another system into the mix as we get into the beginning of next work week. That is a look at what we're doing. I'll send it back to you.
Martina, thank you. Shia LaBeouf finds himself in hot water once again. Coming up, the actor is arrested at Mardi Gras after this violent crash. Details on what sent him to the hospital before landing in handcuffs. The search for Nancy Guthrie has entered its 17th day with no arrests. Investigators revealing DNA from gloves found near her home did not match anyone in the FBI's database. Authorities are still analyzing other evidence, including a backpack sold exclusively at Walmart. The FBI is also reviewing gun purchases in the Tucson area.
Yet to try to find this individual, whether it be DNA, whether it be that ring camera video, whether it be evidence at a Walmart that might lead us to somebody.
Officials say the desert terrain is complicating the search, and they're urging the public to come forward with any information. A former FBI most wanted fugitive from Compton has pleaded guilty to assaulting a federal officer. El Padillo Reyna admitted to throwing rocks at government vehicles during a protest in June of last year in Paramount, injuring a Customs and Border Protection officer. Reyna fled to Mexico but was later captured and extradited. He faces up to 20 years in prison. His sentencing is set for August. New at 9, actor Shia LaBeouf was arrested during Mardi Gras in New Orleans early this morning, and this is new video from TMZ. Police say LaBeouf became aggressive at a business, punched one person, hit another in the nose. He was restrained until officers arrived. LaBeouf was injured, taken to the hospital, and later arrested.
Guys, this is insane. Shia LaBeouf is in the ambulance. I don't want him to get mad and like crash out on me. That's Shia LaBeouf. It's insane.
Well, LaBeouf is facing battery charges for the alleged altercation. This comes after a history of addiction and mental health challenges, including a court-mandated rehab stint following a 2017 arrest in Georgia for public intoxication and disorderly conduct. TMZ reports he's already had his court date. He has been released, or his court hearing, I should say. He's already been released, and he went straight to a burger joint to enjoy a burger.
I'm Laura Diaz up Topanga Canyon, where the latest storm is causing a headache for businesses up here. The road is closed, and they're fed up with what it's doing to their business. That story coming up.
Plus, job cuts, budget battles, and $1 billion reserve. Why is the LAUSD slashing more than 600 positions? And what's the superintendent saying about a financial crisis just 3 years away? Those details next.
Across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Well, parts of Topanga Canyon Boulevard remain closed tonight as a second winter storm moves in. Officials warn that burn areas in the canyon face a new threat of flooding and debris flows. Business owners, they say they're preparing for more disruptions. Fox 11's Laura Diaz, she's live there in Topanga Canyon with the latest. This is really tough. If you're going to shut down the main road, they won't get any business, Laura.
Exactly, Marla. You know, I talked to folks around here who own the businesses. They're all hardworking folks, and they say that every time the boulevard closes, of course, their business is impacted. First it was the fire, and now it's the rains, and sometimes they're just throwing their hands up into the air and saying, what next?
We had a road closure 2 years ago because of a landslide. The road reopened, and then there was the fire, as you know, in the spring of last year, and then the road closed again. So it's been a really difficult couple of years.
A call to support one another in a human way. Connect with one another in gatherings like in a space like this. You know?
That's the owner, of course, and then a customer at the Endless Color restaurant up Topanga Canyon. Now, despite the rainstorms, locals showed up to enjoy tasty pizza and a very relaxed vibe this Tuesday. The restaurant features soft colors, a vinyl collection of albums playing on a turntable, and people simply hanging out, all ages there. But filling up a business isn't easy up the canyon these days. Topanga Canyon Boulevard will be closed at least until tomorrow morning from PCH to Grandview Drive. Now that's because of a flood watch. You can see the major artery from Sky Fox, but the constant on and off shutting down of the boulevard, which connects the west side to the valley, keep in mind this is a lifeline for businesses, has had a devastating effect. Merchants told me as many as 4 businesses have gone under because of the road closure. So the latest closure is just one more headache for businesses who are trying to survive. Beyond that, they're hoping to thrive once again, but they say people have to be able to come in to this area. In fact, the restaurant that you see behind me, when we talked to the owner, he said, you know, before all this started, he actually had people coming in from Silver Lake, Echo Park, who wanted to come to his restaurant, but the traffic is simply too bad now, and they give up and they stay home or they go elsewhere. So, Marla, it's just the latest chapter for these folks, just trying to make 2 ends meet and having to get very creative. They said they're doing it old school, going out and putting out flyers, putting stuff on Instagram, just reminding people what great businesses they have and to please patronize. I'm Laura Diaz reporting live up the canyon, sending it back to you. Marla?
Once this all clears, my husband and I, we must go there for a date night. I want to help them. You know, it's really sad to think that 4 businesses have fallen victim, Laura.
It really is, and I think you'll have a great time here with your family. There were a lot of kids, and they didn't really know what the vinyl albums were about, but they had fun looking through them nonetheless. It's a great family vibe.
Yeah, I really like to see the ambiance there. Okay, Laura, thank you. Yeah. And a reminder, Topanga Canyon Boulevard will remain closed through at least tomorrow morning. Again, it's shut down from PCH to Grandview Drive. That flood watch remains in effect until 6 a.m. Then crews will reassess road conditions and the forecast. Officials urge drivers to plan alternate routes for the morning commute. Developing tonight, Highway 1 is closed along the Central Coast. Caltrans shut down a 45-mile stretch from Ragged Point to Big Sur after rock slides and debris blocked the road. The closure stretches from San Luis Obispo County into Monterey County. Right now, there is no timeline to reopen. This area recently reopened in January after 3 years of repairs after a landslide. Well, now to the death of Reverend Jesse Jackson. His family announcing his death today, calling him a tireless change agent who elevated the voices of the voiceless.
Put your hands together for our leader, the Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson, civil rights leader, presidential candidate, and founder of Operation Push, has died. Born October 8th, 1941 in Greenville, South Carolina, Jackson came of age during the height of the civil rights movement, inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He joined his inner circle and was in Memphis the day King was assassinated in 1968. In 1971, Jackson founded Operation Push, people united to save humanity, turning protest into political power. In 1984 and again in 1988, Jackson ran for president, second in the Democratic primaries in '88. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass remembers watching that first campaign up close.
I remember when he spoke on the steps of City Hall in 1984, and there were thousands of Angelenos out there.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump calls Jackson a bridge between generations of activism.
Everything he stood for, reminding America, all of us, no matter what they say, how they try to push you down and marginalize you, he said, remind yourself every day, I am somebody.
For decades, Jackson stood at the center of the nation's biggest civil rights flashpoints, from voting rights to police accountability.
Jesse Jackson himself was the embodiment of hope for America.
His career was not without controversy, including a 2001 scandal in which he fathered a child out of wedlock with one of his aides. But many allies stood by him, saying he would, quote, keep on marching.
Once he said, Attorney Crump, you don't drown because the water is deep. You drown because you stop kicking.
He laid the foundation for Barack Obama, President of the United States.
Jesse Jackson, for so many in our lifetime, represented the standard bearer for civil rights.
We are not afraid. A message of movement, of momentum, and of hope. Jesse Louis Jackson was 84 years old. Well, Jackson is survived by his wife, Jacqueline, and 6 children. Final arrangements for a celebration of life services will be announced through the Rainbow Push Coalition. New at 9, our state is gearing up to sue over federal vaccine policy changes. According to Reuters, Attorney General Rob Bonta says the state is challenging the Trump administration's revised childhood immunization schedule, which medical experts warn could lower vaccination rates. The changes, pushed by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., remove universal vaccine recommendations for several diseases. Bonta is also questioning legal protections for vaccine makers, but stresses his commitment to science. Connecticut may join California in a multi-state lawsuit. Due tonight, after a tense board meeting, the Los Angeles Unified School District Board votes to cut up to almost 660 jobs, citing a looming budget crisis. Unions strongly oppose the cuts, arguing that they harm essential services and question the district's financial management.
Again, on tab 13 was 1, 2, 3, 4 ayes and 1, 2, 3 noes. The item passes.
The district is balancing their budget on the back of brown and black people. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Despite a $5 billion reserve, Superintendent Alberto Carvalho says the district is spending beyond its means and could face insolvency in 3 years. The layoffs targeting central office staff aim to save $150 million without affecting classroom teachers or increasing class sizes. UCLA's chief financial officer, Stephen Agostini, is out just days after alleging financial mismanagement contributed to a $425 million annual deficit. Chancellor Julio Frank announcing the leadership change in a campus-wide email. A university spokesperson disputed his deficit estimate, citing broader financial challenges in higher education. In the meantime, Reem Hannah Harwell will serve as interim CFO while UCLA searches for a permanent replacement. Developing tonight, the LA28 Olympic Committee could face a major shakeup. Chair Casey Wasserman is under fire over flirty emails from more than 20 years ago, linking him to Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Survivors of sexual abuse and local leaders are now demanding action. Fox 11's Gina Silva has more on what this could mean for Wasserman's future.
The emails between Casey Wasserman and Ghislaine Maxwell are from 23 years ago. He has already apologized, but his critics say an apology is not enough.
We are calling on Casey Wasserman to resign from his role as chairperson from the LA28 Olympic Committee.
West Hollywood city officials, sexual abuse survivors, and community activists say Casey Wasserman should no longer lead the LA28 Olympic Committee.
Los Angeles does not want to be in bed with a guy who wanted to be in bed with a now convicted sex predator and trafficker of minors. Perhaps you think that Nepo babies in the White House will save the Nepo baby of Hollywood. But I would not count on it, Mr. Wasserman.
She's referring to recently released emails between Wasserman and Ghislaine Maxwell from the early 2000s. But the LA28 Executive Board says outside counsel reviewed the emails and found no evidence of wrongdoing.
This is sending a message to all survivors that we will back powerful individuals like Casey Wasserman, but we will not care or protect you.
They pointed out, well, these emails were from 23 years ago. And my answer is, I'm 51 years old and I have 0 emails with sexual predators.
Wasserman issued a statement that says in part, I deeply regret my correspondence with Ghislaine Maxwell. They occurred long before her horrific crimes came to light. I never had a personal or business relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
It was an unfortunate decision from the board.
Mayor Karen Bass, just like several members of the LA City Council, believes Wasserman should be removed as chair of LA28.
I believe what has come out in terms of that association, even though it was a long time ago, I don't think is the best reflection.
And Mayor Bass says she has no authority over that matter. The LA28 committee is governed by its own board. Reporting from West Hollywood, I'm Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
New details tonight. The CEO of the California High-Speed Rail Authority, Ian Chowdhury, is taking leave after he was arrested earlier this month in Folsom on suspicion of domestic battery. This came just a day after he appeared with Governor Gavin Newsom at a rail facility event. In a statement today, a rail authority spokesperson says, in part, while CEO Chowdhury has informed the California High-Speed Rail Authority Board that he is not aware of any evidence of wrongdoing, he has voluntarily agreed to take a temporary leave to allow the board and our parent agency, the California State Transportation Agency, to fully review and assess the situation. The Writers Guild of America West Staff Union is on strike. This is video from a strike in 2023. More than 100 workers are protesting alleged unfair labor practices. The union is demanding better pay, protections, and limits on artificial intelligence use. WGA management denies the claims but says it respects the strike. This comes as the WGA prepares for major studio negotiations in March, with its current contract expiring in May. Well, rain, potholes, and power outages. Up next, we will show you how one neighborhood is coping with all the chaos. And winter is making its mark in Big Bear. More than a foot of snow has blanketed the area, with more on the way. We've got a closer look at your ski report.
Yeah, Marla, not only do we have more snow on the way, we've got more rain and more wind. We'll talk about that in detail, hour by hour, coming up.
Earlier today, crews in one Woodland Hills neighborhood hurried to restore power ahead of tonight's storm. Many residents there still dealing with the aftermath of the storm that hit earlier this week. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez shows us.
Generator is giving us a bare minimum, but we'll take it.
His Woodland Hills neighborhood losing power when the rain brought down a tree which took down some power lines before it landed on an empty vehicle.
Like the power has been out since 4 a.m. this morning.
Right now, we're in limbo.
That's well into the afternoon when power crews are still working on repairs to restore power.
We're without power and we're without internet. I mean, I'm a little bored, to be honest with you.
Not bored? Busy tire shop employees. One vehicle has lost 2 tires, but even trucks have issues when they hit the rain-covered plethora of potholes multiplying on city streets, which are also covered with tire-damaging debris like nails. Are you getting a lot of these?
Yeah, it's been raining.
Yeah? Potholes?
Yeah, potholes.
Rain cells come and go, knocking over garbage cans and drenching annoyed-looking peacocks in the San Fernando Valley. That rain pushing debris through rain gutters all the way to the ocean in Long Beach. Crews spend the day trying to contain it before the next downpour.
Every time it rains hard, I'm out on the tractor cleaning up the street. I take it upon myself to clean the street up and do what we can to help everybody else in the neighborhood. They said move to California, it doesn't rain there very much. And so here I am, an Englishman transported.
Back here in Woodland Hills, you can see how large this tree was. You can see the height of the trunk, half my height. As to the power, by 6 o'clock, it was back on, just in time for the next storm. I'm Christina Gonzalez in Woodland Hills, Fox 11 News.
Well, winter is firing on all cylinders at Big Bear Mountain Resort with up to 15 inches of fresh powder in just the last 24 hours. More snow on the way overnight. Big Bear's 3 Mountain Resort, the biggest ski spot in Southern California, serving up high elevation runs, plenty of man-made snow, and a whole lot of family-friendly mountain fun. If you're heading up there, snow tires or chains are required. Well, here is the expert when it comes to all this, Marquina Brown, with a look at the forecast. It sure looks fun if you're a snow lover.
I know. I mean, they are going to get so much snow between tonight and tomorrow. Amazing. Again, if you love it. I am a sun girl.
So we will not be seeing Marquina up in Big Bear.
You will not be seeing me up in Big Bear. But let's talk about the snow that they're going to get because of the amount of snow that they could get tonight into tomorrow morning. There is a winter storm warning in effect. That is just how much. We are looking at the bullseyes here in the light pink colors, and we are talking about possibly 3 or 4 or nearing 5 additional feet of snow in these bullseye areas. So yeah, lots of snow. We are getting quite a bit of amount of rain too. Take a look at what's happening. We are starting to see another system come through. This is a disturbance that's making its way towards us, and with it, it's bringing the moisture, the possibility also for isolated storms, and of course, yeah, the snow and gusty winds as well. Right now, a lot of us are still dry, but we are starting to see the activity kind of ramp up again, and when it does, you're definitely going to get some gusts of wind with it as well. The folks in Long Beach there, right along the 405, dry, Anaheim dry, Downey dry, but not for long because we are looking at another pretty organized system that is moving towards us as I speak. In fact, by midnight tonight, we are looking at a line of showers and possible isolated storms from Palmdale all the way down to LA. It'll move a little bit further south, and then by 1 o'clock be in Ontario, maybe Long Beach, Irvine. We'll start to see the wind and the rain pick up before it moves up and out of here. And then as we get into your Wednesday, you should expect dry conditions, maybe some in and out clouds, but we will be dry. Again, because of the wind that system will bring, we've got a wind advisory in effect for tonight. We could see wind gusts in some areas like the Antelope Valley with gusts up to 65 miles an hour, but it will be a pretty fast mover, I think. Once it gets up and out of the area, we will start to see things change just in time for your Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, in terms of highs for tomorrow, not very high. We'll do upper 50s in lots of locations, mid 50s for the folks in Glendora. LAX at 58 degrees. Santa Monica will top out at 58 as well. So tonight we're watching out for more. Tomorrow mostly dry, and guess what? We are going to do it all over again as we get into Wednesday. This rain will be not as heavy, but it will be widespread. So as we take a look at the 7-day forecast here, the forecast highs for LA and Orange County, notice that we start to see those numbers creep up as we get towards the end of the week and into the weekend. Monday, we're looking at 72, but then temperatures start to drop. That's because, we got another system on the way. We will be monitoring that. We'll talk about that as we get closer. But first, we'll go to break and we'll be back.
Well, live look right now happening. Mardi Gras lining up New Orleans on this Fat Tuesday. Live look at Bourbon Street and St. Peter Street. It's packed and it's almost midnight. Yes, 2 hours ahead. From the world famous Cats Meow Karaoke Bar, crowds are packing the streets with parade goers cheering from balconies above. Tomorrow the mood shifts as Ash Wednesday begins, so all the excitement is happening tonight. Oh, I see some beads in the foreground there. Yep. What a fun way to close out Fat Tuesday. Ever so appropriate. Thanks so much for watching LA Live News tonight. Our 10 p.m. newscast just minutes away on Fox 11. Be safe out there. Stay dry. We'll see you